Hello and welcome to this video on U.S. citizenship. Did you know that close to 1 million people become United States citizens by naturalization each year in the U.S.? Becoming a U.S. citizen is an important milestone in an immigrant's life. However, millions of people who qualify for U.S. citizenship do not apply. What are the benefits of becoming a U.S. citizen? Voting in federal elections, bringing family members to the United States, obtaining citizenship for children born abroad, traveling with a U.S. passport, becoming eligible for federal jobs, becoming an elected official, showing patriotism. Requirements to qualify for U.S. citizenship. The applicant needs to meet the following criteria to be eligible for naturalization: be at least 18 years old, have legal permanent residency in the United States for the required period, reside within the state or USCIS district claimed for at least 3 months before filing, demonstrate physical presence in the United States for the required period, show continuous residency for the required duration, exhibit an attachment to the principles and ideals of the U.S. Constitution, demonstrate basic knowledge of U.S. history, government, civics, and proficiency in reading, writing, speaking, and understanding basic English, take an oath of allegiance to the United States, and display good moral character. For example, lack of good moral character may be criminal conduct or questionable conduct. Required evidence to submit N-400, copy of permanent resident card, copy of state-issued identification, such as driver's license, copy of marriage certificate if married, copy of termination of all prior marriages, if any, copy of birth certificates or adoption documents of all children, if any, copy of IRS tax returns for the previous 3 years to prove good moral character, evidence that the applicant maintained continuous residence in the United States. If applying for citizenship with 3 years of permanent residence and married to a U.S. citizen, submit evidence of the U.S. citizenship of the spouse, evidence that proves that the applicant and spouse have lived in a marital union for at least 3 years. The process: USCIS N-400 application. The petitioner submits Form N-400 to USCIS with all the required documents and filing fees. The form is found here. Make sure to read and follow the form's instructions. USCIS receipt notices. USCIS will send a receipt notice acknowledging the submission of Form N-400. Biometrics appointment. The petitioner receives a biometrics appointment notice to provide fingerprints, photo, and signature. Naturalization interview. The applicant will receive a notice for the naturalization interview. Preparation for the interview requires studying 100 question materials in U.S. civics and history knowledge. During the interview, a USCIS officer will 1. Review with the applicant the answers to the questions on the N-400 application. 2. Test the applicant on reading one sentence in English. 3. Test the applicant on writing one sentence in English. 4. Test the applicant on speaking basic English. 5. During the exam, the applicant is asked 10 questions and must answer 6 correctly to pass. If the applicant does not pass the first time, they receive a second opportunity to take the test in the future. If the applicant fails a second time, then the application is denied. The applicant must apply another time and pay the application fee. Decision notification. The applicant may receive a decision on the day of the interview or a request to bring more documents. Once approved, the applicant is notified of the oath ceremony date and time. Oath ceremony. Attendance at the oath ceremony is required to receive the certificate of naturalization. Record updates. Applicant may apply for the U.S. passport at any time with the naturalization certificate. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to www.lawallyus.com. New courses available.